Hello and welcome back to Northern Hillbilly Adventures. In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can find your next deer stand without even leaving the comforts of your own home. So relax, enjoy the video, and I hope you learned something. So every year, hunters get new permission to new land, or they'll get a new lease, and you have to learn the land, you have to learn the animals and everything. However, you don't want to go tramping around the entire property. In fact, there's sometimes where I'll get a new lease, and for years after having that lease, there's still parts of the property that I've never even stepped foot on. And that's quite okay, because, later in videos, I'll get into like sanctuaries and stuff like that, which you really need, and you need places where the animals and deer and stuff like that are just like never, ever bothered. But the way to do this is the way to get a new starting point, so you don't go around just putting your scent all over the place, putting pressure on the animals and stuff, is by aerial maps and topo maps. And they could be some of the greatest allies to you, and they could save you so much time. Especially, most of the time when you get new leases or whatever, and you're going to go scout them and go try to find your new stand placements, it's hot out, because it's usually the summertime, which is the hottest time. And down here in South Carolina, it can get really, really hot, and the humidity is just ridiculous. So you don't want to spend all this time tramping around and you're sweating, you're putting all this scent out, and because pressure is key. You don't want any pressure on your animals. That's how you harvest your most animals. But an aerial map can tell you so many things if you just learn how to read them, such as different habitats, borders of different habitats, whether it's a swamp, or if it's hardwoods, or if it's tall standing pines, or if it's a cut down, or if it's a grown up cut down, pinch points, and then you go to your topo maps and they tell you plateaus, and they tell you your ridges, and you learn. If you learn how to read both of them, you can learn how to put them both together, and it'll teach you how to get a great starting point. And where you really need to be, it'll teach you how not to waste so much time going over your entire property, and you just to find the point that you can find on the aerial map and the topo map already, and not waste so much time doing it. So with aerial maps, like I said, you're looking for things like funnels and the different borders of habitats, because for some reason, deer especially, hogs are a little bit, and deer especially, they love the edges of habitats, especially a big old buck, because a buck will use the edge of a habitat to do his boundary scrapes, to do his boundary rubs, to mark, during the rut, I'm here, I'm going to keep checking this. Hey, does, come here to this edge. And for some reason, and even the does love the edges. And I haven't 100% quite understood why they love edges of habitat so much. What I have come up with my experience, is it's almost like a buffet. Like, you go into a store and it's just about one simple thing, then you're only there and you're gone. Where if you go into a store that has all of this stuff, and then it has all that stuff, and then it has all this stuff, you're gonna be there longer. You're gonna sit there longer, you're gonna do a lot more things, and deer are the exact same way. So as such, I got a new lease this year, and by looking at the aerial map and the topo maps, I was able to find a great funnel point. And not only was it a funnel point, but it funneled right into 3 different habitat edges, which is perfect. And then when I went out there, which I'll show you, I believe it's going to be on the next video, but when I went out there, there was sign everywhere, just everywhere. And I knew that I'd found the right spot. And I did that just by looking at the aerial maps and the topo maps and knowing how to read them. So, you know, you take your aerial maps and you find, you know, like turkeys love, you know, swamp bottoms. Because, you know, aerial maps, it isn't just for deer or big game. You know, I know turkeys are considered big game, but, you know, turkeys love swamp areas because, you know, a lot of people don't know that turkeys love eating acorns. They love acorns. So, the swamp areas, and not to mention the swamp areas, they're a little bit more open, so there's really good roosting trees in there for turkeys. So aerial maps and topo maps are great for all game, and it's a great way to know where to go look first, and so you don't have to waste so much time. And an aerial map will teach you how, you know, like I said, you know, find these little hidden gems, like I said, the little 5-acre little place that has that hidden buck that never gets pressured because everybody looks over it. Oh, I'm not going to worry about that little piece over there. And the bucks know that. The bucks really know that. And matter of fact, I've killed many bucks on that little piece that nobody wants to go look at. And I find those off the aerial maps. So by joining the aerial maps, you know, you find the little bottoms, you find the funnels, and you find the edges, and you find the bedding areas, and you find the areas that you know the deer are gonna want to go mark their territories, and you combine that with the topo map. And let's say I found on the aerial map a great little swamp bottom, okay, and I see little tall pines over here, and then I look at the topo map, and that topo map shows a nice ridge, and it shows a plateau on the ridge going down to that swamp bottom. Well, guess what? I already know that the deer are gonna love to be on that plateau on the side of that ridge looking over that swamp bottom. Why? Because most plateaus on the side of a ridge are gonna get, you know, your solars. They're gonna get your heat, and they're gonna be able to bed, and they're gonna be able to look over everything. They're gonna be able to catch wind from predators. And not only that, but they're looking over their food source. So just by looking at the aerial map and topo map, I know, hey, I need to go there. I need to go check that area out. So if you learn how to read aerial maps, and you learn how to read topo maps, and you put them together, you can get a starting point that I can tell you right now, 9 out of 10 times is where you're gonna end up putting your stand location, because you learn how to read them, and you know that you're starting in the right point. And 99% of the time you'll go there, you'll see the sign everywhere, and then you know you're in the right area, and then the next step is, okay, where am I gonna put my stand at? So before you ever even leave your house, you know, you look up Google Maps, look up Onyx maps, you know, Hunt Stand has good aerial maps. All those can help you. And even like some of those apps like Onyx maps, it even will help you as far as like showing you, okay, there's acorn trees here, and there's, you know, acorn trees there. And that helps you out even more. That'll actually help you learn how to read the aerial maps. Onyx is great for that. They even have different maps that show you different type of trees and stuff. So, you know, I'm a strong believer in Onyx maps, and because they truly teach you how to read an aerial map, they help you out. And reading an aerial map and reading a topo map, putting them together, will save you so much time that you'll be surprised. You really will. And, you know, don't be that person that goes out there and walks all through the woods, just over and over and over, just wasting time, when you could have just sat in your lazy boy at the house and looked at aerial maps from Google, Hunt Stand, or Onyx, you know, whatever app that you like to use that has aerial maps, and you could find your starting point and save yourself so much time and keep so much pressure off the animals and keep so much of your scent out of the woods And in the long run, it'll just help you out, and it'll help you save so much time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please comment, I'm sorry. Please subscribe. And so I can get more and more of these videos out there and helping more and more people out. And together we can be successful. Like always, God bless. And remember, you always get out of it what you're willing to put in it. Work hard, and the good karma God will get you. Till next time.